is going on, y'all, man? What's going on? It is your boy Fatkat, of course, bringing you another one, man. As you guys can see behind me, man, I got this Mustang GT, nasty Mustang GT, man. Got a lot of miles on it, man. This particular car is owned by Yes It's Me on YouTube, man. So if you go check him out on YouTube, or not check him out on YouTube, but if you look at my comments, man, he normally comments on pretty much almost all of my videos, man. He's big supporter of mine. For whatever reason, he self-admits that he doesn't know why he watches my channel, because obviously it's more geared towards Mopar. Although I do all kind of cars, I'm not a Mopar channel per se. Again, like I said, I love all cars, and actually I was getting ready to get a Mustang before I got Christine, right, my Charger. But the only reason why I didn't get a Mustang was because it was a two-door coupe, and like I said, all the kids and everything else, man, it just wasn't gonna work, man. But I was about to get, literally, I already had a deal on the table, man, for a 2019 GT, Mustang GT with the Performance Package 2 on it, black on black and everything else. If you guys don't know what the Performance Package is, man, it has, you know, basically all of the, you know, the ground effects and everything else, man. Got the whole body kit on it, and then it has the 305. They got the big wheels on it, basically, and it has the 305 tires on the front and back, man. So it was a super dope car, man, because everything was black on black, had a whole full digital display on the cluster inside. I mean, it works, man. Like I said, it was actually cheaper than the Charger. It would have came out about a good $4,000 or $5,000 cheaper, but like I said, as far as the deal that I got anyway. But again, I didn't get it because it was a coupe, and I didn't want to deal with, you know, two doors and, you know, with the kids and everything else, man. But anyway, besides the point, this car again is owned by Yes It's Me. Again, if you guys see him on, you guys probably see him on my YouTube channel, commenting quite often, man. Like I said, he doesn't know why he watches my channel, but he says, and this is nothing, no knock on Mustang, guys, man. He said it himself. He said, pretty much, man, he enjoys pretty much our cars, you know, and the modding and everything else that we do to it, pretty much more than the Mustang community. Hey, I didn't say that. He said that. So anyway, man, so anyway, man, but super dope car, man. Like I said, I like Mustangs and stuff. I like Camaros and everything else, man. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into this video, man. If you guys can see, I got this paper in my hand, man, because kind of like my notes, because Gabe was gonna be here, but he had to go pick up another car that he's getting ready to go do as well, so he had to take off. And this guy, the owner, he works out of the country, man, so he comes back every once in a couple months or whatever, and has fun with his car. So I don't have either one of them with me, man, but I got notes from Gabe as far as everything they did, and also I'm going to be reading off my phone because Yes It's Me, right, he also gave me a rundown of all the mods that he got, man. So if it sounds like I'm reading throughout this video, it probably is because I am, because again, I got to read off the notes and the phone and everything else, and basically give you guys a rundown, because I don't want to miss anything, man. So real quick, man, let's go and get into some B-roll with this car real quick, and then from there, man, we'll talk about what we got. Let's go. All right, man, so let's talk about this car, man. First I want to say a little disclaimer. It's not cleaned up. Literally, I just picked it up from Gabe's, and it was not cleaned up or anything like that. So the wheels are kind of dirty and everything else, man. So this is not in a clean state. I would think, man, once this thing is super cleaned up, man, I think this thing will look so nasty. I mean, it looks nasty already. but I could just imagine when it's all cleaned up. But let me go to run down some of the stuff. First of all, what Gabe did to the car over here at Unique Rides. So again, so if you don't know, man, like I told you, yes, it's me. He does work out of the country. He pretty much asked me, he said, hey man, you know, those guys over at Unique, are they pretty good? I said, yep, of course. So he was like, all right, cool, I'm gonna go ahead and send my car over there. And that's what he did, man. So he sent this car over here to Gabe, so that they could, you know, do a couple things to it, man. First thing, obviously, is the wrap. First thing you notice, man. So they did, this car is originally black, right? It's black on black, basically. And then Gabe did the whole wrap on it, man. So let me go ahead and tell you, all about what they did, man. So basically the first thing they did was this wrap design, man. It was basically designed through Unique Rides and also in collaboration with Metro Wraps. I think they're down in Fort Lauderdale, man. So they basically designed this wrap, and like I said, they put it together, man, and put it on the car pretty much. It is printed on 3M vinyl material, and then it's basically satin as well. So again, it's printed on 3M vinyl material on satin. Now it is also a satin laminate on top of it, just to make sure it protects and it keeps the color and everything else from this Florida sun. So there you go, man. So you have all of the laminate on top of it again, and that just helps with the protection, because this sun is brutal down here, man. So that way, hopefully it shouldn't fade or anything else like that, you know, throughout the years and everything else, man, as far as with it on the car. So that's pretty much it as far as the wrap itself. Like I said, this is pretty much a design that they came up with. I mean, obviously it's a camel wrap, but they have the you know, the lime green print on it as well. So that way it kind of just gives it like an extra little touch, man. I don't think I've ever seen with the lime green on it before, so that's kind of different. Also, man, what they did inside was they did do a whole Sony component system, man. So inside the car there is all Sony. I think he does have JL audio in the back, in the trunk, 212s if I'm not mistaken. But inside they changed everything up, so that way it's all Sony, man. It also has a Viper alarm system. So there you go, man. Viper, stand back. I think the people went away with the alarm systems here lately, or I should say, before, people went away with like the you know, the third-party alarm systems, but they're starting to make a comeback, man. So this car does have a Viper alarm system as well to the front. So one of the big things you guys notice about this wrap is this big emoji in the front. You guys got to forgive that. Hopefully you guys can still hear me, man, but I am right next to the airport in Tampa. It is right over there. So with that being said, man, gonna have a lot of planes and stuff like that flying over, man. But anyway, man, so you guys can see, man, this big emoji in the front. I could tell you, man, yes, it's me. Again, he was kind of iffy about this. He didn't know if he should do it or not, and he ended up going with it. But I would tell you, man, that is not a sticker. That is actual, you know, a lot of people put like a sticker on here, and that is not a sticker, man. That is actually printed on the wrap itself. So again, it's also it was printed when they did the whole design and they printed it out. That was printed in there, man. So that is not a sticker. So that is permanent. Only way he's going to be able to get that off, if he decides he wants to get this off anytime in the future, is to rewrap the entire hood, man. So, and also laminated on top, just to make sure that, again, it doesn't fade and everything else, man. So there you go. But there's a lot of detail in that, man. If you guys can see, it's kind of like shadowed on the edges and things like that, man. So it's pretty cool, man. And then moving along, the last thing that Gabe did pretty much to this car at Unique Rides is they color match the calipers to that lime green to match this color right here. They did the calipers as well, man. So look at that. You got the Brembo calipers in there, and it is lime green, man, to match the print of the car itself. So I think that's pretty dope, man. When you look at it in person, it pretty much all ties together pretty well. Like I said, it's pretty dope, man. And obviously we have the GT also printed in there. That is also print, I believe. Yep. It's not a sticker, man. That is also print. So that is inside the actual wrap itself, man. So there's no, you know, sticker laid on top of it or anything else. That is all done in the wrap. So it's pretty dope, man. I think they did a really good job. You can't tell anything as far as like where it's been wrapped or anything like that, like on the edges or the corners. They did a dope job, man. So definitely come check these guys out. If you want to get your stuff wrapped or anything else, let them know I sent you, and you know, they should hook you up, man, with a pretty good price. Like I said, just make sure you let them know that I sent you, man, so they know that you're part of the family. You know, even if you just call to get a quote, you know, say, hey man, you know, seen you on Fatkat's channel or whatever the case, and that way they can hook you up with a good price, man, because they know you're part of the family, and you know, then they'll hook you guys up, man, for sure. So like I said, man, they did a great job with this car. Yes, it's me. Here you go, man, check it out. What do you think of your car, bro? I think it looks dope. Well, let's move on to what he actually has done to the car itself. Obviously, previous to this, let's see what he has as far as customizations. All right, man, so let's go down the lids of, the list of mods, man. Again, this car has a lot of mods. He gave me a brief mod list, to be honest. He told me, man, if I told you every single thing that was on the car, it'll be about 3 or 4 pages. So he gave me a brief mod list, I guess mainly the major things. So let's kind of run down it real quick. I got it on my phone right here, as you guys can see. So let's go and run down it. He said basically it's carbon throughout. So as you guys can see, man, he has the whole carbon lip. I mean, literally everywhere, man. The grill, you guys can see that, man. Carbon on there, you know, carbon on the bottom right here, the front splitter. I mean, he has carbon side skirts right here. This is all carbon as well. You know, he has carbon, but the rear spoiler is carbon. Look at that. The deck, this is the deck lid, carbon as well, man. Rear diffuser, carbon. I mean, this thing has carbon literally every single where you look, man. Obviously, the other side skirts as well is carbon. I mean, like I said, man, this thing has carbon fiber anywhere. Look at this. Inserts, carbon. So I mean, this thing has carbon fiber everywhere, man. Pretty much everywhere you look, there's carbon fiber. Let me see what else he has. Engine bay says it's cleaned up. We'll check that out in a second, man. As far as what he has in the engine bay, he has a Ken Bell supercharger, man. 3.2 liter supercharger. Obviously, we're gonna go in there and look at that. MBRP catback exhaust. I'm not sure what MBRP stands for. I'm sorry if I kind of sound stupid right now, but I don't really know what that stands for, MBRP, what company that is, but nonetheless, it is there. Look at that. MBRP. Oh, I've never heard of that unless it's an acronym for something else, but that's what that is, man. MBRP exhaust. It does sound super dope. You guys know, man, I've always said it, man, Mustangs are the best sounding cars when it comes to like modified exhaust. Once you modify a Mustang, the exhaust, there's nothing else that really sounds like it, man. Mustangs are the best sounding cars when they get their exhaust done. I don't care what you guys say. You guys can be mad at me all you want to. You know, how could you, whatever, betray Mopar? Man, it is what it is, man. When you modify these cars, as far as the exhaust, nothing else sounds like it. So, they got the exhaust. Let me see, what else? You got the Shelby GT 350 20-inch wheels, man. So those are replica GT 350 wheels, 20-inch wheels. He say he has the custom 212s in the back, like I was saying. Sony, I already told you guys about the Sony interior. The speakers on the inside. Custom wrap, again, like he just went over. So this car is lowered on Ford racing springs, man. So look at that. Man, it literally, you cannot get any closer than that. This is literally super flush to the wheels. I just drove it over here. I didn't feel it rub it or anything like that. So look at this, man. God, these are on Nittos. I can tell you right there, NT triple nickels. So man, let me see what size, if I can find the size tires these are. These are 315, so they're 315 35 20, man. I don't know if you guys can see that. So these are 315 35 20s, man. Damn, that is a chunky tire, man. And like I said, it literally sits super flush. Look at that, man. You can't get any more flush than that. Jesus Christ, man. Yeah, that thing looks good, man. Other than that, that's pretty much it. Other than that, let me see what else we have, man. So we have the Autometer Phantom gauges I'll show you guys when we get on the inside. This car is dyno tuned at 683 rear wheel horsepower, man. 683 to the wheels. Now, I did talk to him about that. He said that it actually made over 700 to the wheels at 7,500 RPM. But he said, you know, that's pretty much when you start breaking stuff and everything else. So they dialed it down and they put it at 7,000 RPM. You know, they tuned it up to 7,000 RPM. and it's at 683 to the wheels. He said he is plenty happy with that because it's pretty much safe power that he can make on a daily basis, and or whenever he drives it, and not have to really worry about breaking anything all the time, basically, right? So this car is at 683 horsepower to the wheels at 7 RPMs. Then of course he has, let me see, then he has mirror motor LED headlights. Let's go check that out. So these headlights are mirror motor LED headlights and turn signals, man. So probably if you were at nighttime, you could probably see it better, man, but apparently these are all LED and everything else. So it looks super, super, super clean, I'm sure. Let's check out under the hood, man, so you guys can see what's going on under there. All right, man, so here we are under the hood, man. Look at this. God, look at this monster, man. Again, Ken Bell supercharger. 3.2 liter supercharger on there, man. Jesus Christ, man. This thing is whew, nasty, man. Look at this. And again, it's not cleaned up in here. I know once it's all said and done and all detailed and everything up, this thing gotta sound, I'm sorry, gotta look super, super, super good.
Where Delta Air Freight is?
I have no idea, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem. So yeah, man, so look at this thing, man. It has carbon fiber everywhere inside here. Look at that, man. Super, super, super nasty. Cold air intake. Yeah, this thing is huge. Obviously it goes to the supercharger. Yeah, this thing is nasty, man. Like I said, I just drove it over here, not too far, maybe about a mile and a half down the road to get it to this spot. And let me tell you, it feels like a monster, man. Like, it definitely feels good. But let me tell you, on top of that though, it does feel like a monster, but it's not hard to drive. So the clutch is not super hard. Oh, got a Hornet. Yeah, man, but the clutch is not super hard, man. The the steering wheel is not hard to drive, so it has all its power steering, and the clutch is good. The shifter, right, the manual gearbox, I mean, like I said, it's not hard to shift or anything like that, as far as like a short throw or anything like that. I mean, everything just feels smooth, so it's really easy to drive, but you do feel like you got some power underneath you, man, for sure. So I think it's a really, really, really good mix of best of both worlds with this car, man. He did this car right. And I'll be honest, I was kind of like, damn, I probably should have got a Mustang. So I know you guys probably gonna be mad at me because I just said that. Damn, it's hot, man. But let me tell you, man, driving this thing, I was like, man, this thing is nice. But again, it's probably because obviously I don't own one. And everything that what you drive, anytime you drive something that you don't own, you're like, man, this thing is cool, man. So let me show you a little bit on the inside. I'm not gonna show you too much because he does have a lot of stuff in here, and I don't want I think he obviously, because he works out of the country, so he probably just had a whole bunch of stuff thrown in here and he didn't get time to clean it out, man. So I won't show you too much. There's a lot of stuff in the back seat and things like that, man. But look at this. Got carbon fiber up there, man. Got the Coyote supercharger badge right there. All carbon fiber on the inside there. Look at that. All on the doors. Carbon fiber just literally everywhere, man. Look at this. All over the infotainment center here, all in the middle, man. The whole carbon fiber trim. Carbon fiber all around the shifter and everything else. Look at that. Just literally carbon fiber everywhere, man. Cup holder. This steering wheel is like Alcantara. So you got Alcantara steering wheel, basically. They got carbon fiber in the middle. Man, it's just nasty, man. Look at all the gauges there that he was saying. You got all the odometer gauges on the side there. Obviously it shows your air fuel ratio, your boost. The gauges over here, man. So this thing is just nasty, man. Look at that. You got carbon fiber up here. I don't know if you guys can see that, man. That's all carbon fiber, and then you got LED lights right there, I could tell. So yeah, man, this thing, he's, like I said, he definitely did no shortcuts when it came to this car. He definitely did it right, and like I said, there was no shortcuts or nothing cheap in here, man. So he definitely did it right, I would say that. But it is getting kind of hot, man. So like I said, that was just a quick overview. I wish I had somebody with me so I could do some rollers of this car, because this thing is just super nasty, and I would love to show you guys some rollers of it. And because I know that'll pretty much bring the best out of it, man. But unfortunately, I don't have that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna prop the camera up. I'm gonna turn it on for you guys one more time. I know you guys heard it earlier in the beginning of the video. I'm gonna turn it on for you, and I'm gonna actually rev it up for you guys, so you guys can kind of hear that exhaust, man. So let's go. There you go, man. So this thing sounds like a straight monster. Jesus Christ, man. Let's go to, I'm gonna see how I could do, man. I'm gonna try to take it, you know, try to drive with you guys and try to talk about it at the same time. I don't know how well I'm gonna do, because as you guys can see, it is a manual, man. So we'll see how good I do with that. But there goes the motor, man, when it's all running and everything else. Nasty, bro. This thing is super dope, super dope. So I wish there was a way that I could actually properly do this for you guys, man, but didn't have anybody available to come with me today. So I'm gonna try to do this as best as I can with being as safe as I can at the same time, man. But again, so I am driving the car now. If you didn't know, yes, I could drive manual, man. It's weird that people don't know how to drive manual. I think I learned how to drive manual when I was about 13 or 14 years old, but hey, it's all good, man. And on top of that, man, another little story is, I don't know if I ever told you guys, but I taught my wife, man. My wife didn't know how to drive at all when I first bought her car. And so I went and bought her a brand new car because I was getting ready to go into the military. She did not want to drive. I had a Monte Carlo at the time. She did not want to drive that. So I went and bought her a brand spanking new car, and literally 0 miles on it. It was a Mazda Protege 5, man. That shit, it was super clean too. When it was all said and done, man, it had a lower, it had an RX-8 wheels on it, man. It was that midnight blue. Super nice car, man, for her. We only had one child at the time, so it was a good car for her because, you know, there was a hatchback, and you know, it had the 4 doors, man, so it was a good car for her at the time. But anyway, but with that, man, she didn't know how to drive, man. So before I left, man, I went and bought her that car, and she was all happy about it. And when she came down and looked at the car, she seen that it was a manual. She was like, what the? She was like, why did you buy me a manual? And I told her, I said, look, at the end of the day, you don't know how to drive, man. So, damn, I don't know if I'm super sweaty or not. It was super hot outside. But I told her, man, I said, at the end of the day, you don't know how to drive, man, so it's a perfect time for you to learn how to drive manual, because you're literally starting from a clean slate. So at the end of the day, you learn how to drive this. It's the first thing you're going to learn how to drive, and from the rest of your life, you can be able to drive anything you want. And true enough, man, so to this day, man, my wife knows how to drive manual and everything else. And even though she hasn't drove it in a couple of years, but driving a manual is literally just like driving a car. I'm sorry, riding a bicycle. So even if you haven't rode a bicycle in 10 years, you never forget how to ride a bicycle. So you might be wobbly at first, but after about 5 or 10 minutes, after you pretty much get your balance right and everything else, and you get your, you get stabilized again, you're good to go, man. So it's the same thing with manual, man. You can literally not drive a manual for years, man, but you would never forget to drive a manual. Obviously, it depends on if it's how customized it is, and if it got a stage 2, stage 3, stage whatever whatever clutch on it, then that's all different, man. All that plays in a role. But like as far as just like a regular manual vehicle, man, like I said, you'll be able to drive that no problems. And all the new cars now, anyway, all of them come with pretty much with easy clutches and the gearboxes, to be able to shift and everything else. The manual gearbox is all easy, so you really never really have problems with them, man. Anyway, man, let me go ahead and get on the road, man. Let this traffic pass by, and let's drive it, man. Let's show you guys what it feels like. Now, he did tell me, he was like, hey, I gotta upgrade my rear end, so but he says about a 5 or 6K upgrade. So he said he hasn't done it yet, so he said, hey, if you hit this thing, it's gonna go sideways. So I was like, look, I am not trying to hit any crowds or any poles or anything else, so I'm gonna be as careful as I can, try to hit it as much as I can, but without being crazy, man. So let's see how I could do that here in a second. Like I said, once this traffic passes by, because I want to make sure there's no traffic on the road when I do this. And then we'll go, man. So stay tuned. All right, man, here we go. This thing feels like a monster, man. Oh my God. Oh my God. This thing definitely gets up, man. God. And I didn't even hit it all the way. Like, I let off, and let me tell you, I felt it slide underneath me, man. Jesus Christ. Hey, this thing got some power under it, man. 683 to the wheels, like he was saying. And that's because they turned it down, man. If they turn this thing all the way up, this thing will have over 700 horsepower to the wheels. So we're talking about anywhere between 760, 780 crank horsepower, man. God, this thing is nasty, man. In a manual gearbox. So you really can't ask for much more than this. Like I said, for everyday use, man, road use, this is all you need, man, for sure. But this thing feels good. It feels good, man, and it's easy to drive. Like I said, once you hit it, you know, it sits you back. You know, put your head back. But at the end of the day, man, if you're just driving normal, it's easy to drive, man. Like I said, the manual gearbox is cool. The clutch is nice. Nothing is super hard, man. It feels like you're driving a normal car. But you can hear that supercharger whine, though. Jesus Christ. Let's see if I can turn around here. Man, that supercharger sounds good. Sorry guys, I know that was kind of like back and forth, man, but I was trying to shift and hold the steering wheel at the same time, man. So again, I didn't hit it all the way, man, but God, this thing is nasty, man. I love the way that supercharger whines too, man. All right, man, so we just got back over to Unique, man. I forgot to mention that he does have this as well. This is a United R3 radar. It's hardwired into the into the car, basically, with the blend mount. So there you go, man. So he got that radar right there, man. This A gauge, he did say that, you know, he can hook, it's not hooked up right now. He said he only hooks it up basically to loading tunes or whatever, something like that, and to check all the sensors and all that. So this A gauge is there. I mean, it does come on and everything else, but he really doesn't use it unless he's, like I say, he's gonna load another tune or something like that, man. So that's what that's there for. But yeah, man, this thing is super clean, man. Man, like I said, I would love to own this car, man. Like I said, it's or you know, any Mustang GT, man. And basically, you know, and mod it up, man. Like I said, I think a manual Mustang GT is pretty much one of the dopest cars out there, man. Especially probably for daily use or daily driving. Obviously, if you have a whole bunch of traffic where you are, because I would tell you, man, and I didn't even really ride around traffic, but I would tell you, I was like, dang, because I haven't drove manual in probably, man, a couple years. So I noticed it right now, man. I was like, damn, this manual, man, you really got to get used to it again, as far as, you know, the workout that you get when you're riding in a manual, man. But it is what it is, man. Like I said, I love driving manuals, man. I think this, I would definitely pick out something like this, man. But when that time comes, we'll see, man. And then a modded Mustang looks, I think it looks dope, man. Anyway, man, that's pretty much it for me for this car. Again, I want to thank Gabe for letting me come down and do this, and obviously, yes, it's me. Thank you for letting me review your car and feature your car. I might try to do it again, man. Gabe's not here, man. So it would have been dope if he would have been here, so that way he could ride with me, and I would have gave him basically a better demonstration of when you actually hit it and what it could do, man. Because you could feel it, man. This thing moves, man. So, but we'll see, man, if we get it in again, or whenever whenever he comes back, the owner of this car, whenever he does come back into town, maybe he could hit me up and we could probably go out together and and give the car a spin, man, so you guys could get a full understanding of how what this car is capable of. And on top of that, get some rolling shots and everything else, man, so you guys could really grasp what this car looks like in detail when it's moving and everything else, man. Because I think this car, and obviously I haven't even seen it myself, when it's rolling, but I guarantee you, when this car is cleaned up and rolling, man, I know this thing is gonna grab a lot of attention, man. Anyway, other than that, man, I appreciate you guys for watching this video, man. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, man. This is a great car to feature today, man. It is Sunday, man. Sunday fun day, man. So again, for all you guys out there that are like, man, I want to get into this, to you. It's not even just YouTube, man. I keep saying YouTube because you guys are watching YouTube, but it doesn't matter what you're really trying to do, man. It doesn't matter what day it is, what time it is, whatever, man. If you got something that you could go do, man, go do it, man, to work towards your goal. It doesn't matter if it's Sunday, if it's this and that. And let me tell you, man, people have excuses. Oh, Sunday is my day with my family. Oh, I got family time. I got to with my kids. And let me tell you, at the end of the day, family's always first. I understand that. I got 3 kids, man. Trust me, I know how that goes. But at the end of the day, man, all those people that you look at and you look up to that are all successful, guess what? They sacrifice that time, man, because they know there's a greater goal, right? So at the end of the day, man, you got to be able to sacrifice some things, man. You got to be able to sacrifice that family day sometimes. You got to be able to sacrifice, that basketball game for your kids. You got to be able to sacrifice that soccer game for your kids. You got to be able to sacrifice that football game for for your kids. That, yeah, I mean, they'll understand. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it might, especially if they're younger, they might be like, damn, my dad or my mom or whatever is out today. Oh, look at that I-8 pulling up. Is that Gabe? Oh yeah, Gabe said he had to go pick up a car. I guess it's that I-8 right there. So again, man, so you're gonna have to sacrifice, some of those things, man. So just know, man, that all the people that you look up to, man, they sacrifice that time. All those basketball players, that are millionaires, guess what? They out playing basketball, man. It's like I said, sacrificing that time. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter who it is, what millionaire it is. Trust me, they sacrifice a lot of time. They didn't just sit at home and spend all the quality time they could with their kids and that, and then just made it. There go Jessica right there, Gabe's girlfriend. I guess he went with him. She went with him to go pick up this I-8 right there that they're getting ready to do. But yeah, man. So like I said, man. So at the end of the day, man, that was pretty much what I wanted to say this time. Was, like I said, you got to be able to sacrifice time with your family, time with other things that you want to do, man. And if you want to be successful, like I said, it's not just the YouTube thing. It's with anything, man. Anything that you're trying to do, man, anything you're trying to strive for, if you're trying to be successful in anything, man, you gotta be a sacrifice. And I'm not saying that put whatever it is, 'cause it's a fine balance. So you gotta be able to balance it. You gotta be able to balance time with your family. You gotta be able to balance, to be able to put in enough work and effort into whatever it is you're trying to do, man, to try to build into something successful. So you gotta find that balance, man. But you can't use that excuse all the time that, hey, I got my kids or my grandkids or my niece or my uncle, my nephews or whatever it is, man. You cannot keep using that excuse, man, because like I said, everybody does that. Everybody got kids. Everybody got, family, moms, dads, and everything else, man. So everybody got that, man. But at the end of the day, like I said, those people that are actually out there doing and being successful, trust me, they sacrifice a lot of that time. So, to be able to get to the top. Now, once they're at that top, they got all the time in the world, man. They could be like, look, I'm not going to go to work today, or I'm not going to go do that business deal. I'm going to go ahead and make sure I spend time with my family or my mother, my father, whoever the case, you know what I'm saying, because I'm here now, you know what I'm saying. So, but anyway, man, just a little food for thought, man. make sure you guys you got to put in the right amount of effort, man, to be able to build whatever it is that you're trying to build into whatever it is, man. So again, like today, man, today's Sunday. I'm out here, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I could have stayed home and everything else, man, but while everybody else is staying home, I'm out here filming, man. It is what it is. Alright, man. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, man. I greatly appreciate you guys for watching this video. Appreciate, yes, it's me again for letting me take your car out. I did get permission, by the way, before. I asked him, I said, hey, is it cool if I take out your car? He said, yeah, go ahead. Just because, and that's what he told me about the rear end and everything else. He said, just be careful. So, appreciate him for letting me check out his car, check out his ride and everything else. And that's it for me, man. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, man. You know, I got a lot of things coming up, man. Oh, by the way, I appreciate everybody who came out to the event, man, of the YouTube event, meet and greet, man. Big shout out to Mopar Outlaws, man, that they hooked me up and putting that event together, man. Big shout out to them. But again, I appreciate everybody who came out, man, show love and support, man. I greatly appreciate you guys. Trust me, it does not go unnoticed, man. And like I said, that might end up being an annual thing, man. We'll see. But it's not gonna be in the summertime because it was way too hot. Anyway, other than that, man, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, man, and we out of here, man. Later.